Eric Stevens now is an entirely different animal because Eric Stevens now doesn't care if the fans like him or not. Eric Stevens now doesn't care who he has to hurt to get what he wants. Eric Stevens now is a winner, and Eric Stevens now is part of the embassy. Mr. Nana's my boss. So when he said, I have a thorn in my side, Eric, his name's the Necro Butcher. I need you to do something about that. I said, say no more, Mr. Nana. It's gonna be done.
Well, it makes me awful upset that, first of all, that he would listen to Prince Nana. Now, I don't know what he thinks he's going to gain from making an enemy out of me. I don't know what Prince Nana's problem from the get-go. He's brought guys in. He's brought Bison Smith in. I got rid of him. He brought Jimmy Rave, the crown jewel, in. I got rid of him. And now his golden monster is Eric Stevens.
Necro, you gotta understand something. This is business to me. Just business. I know professional wrestling is how you feed your family, how you put food on the table, how you put clothes on your kids' backs. But in all honesty, I could give a damn if your kids go hungry.
It makes it personal, I think, would be, you know, it's not just like they're trying to win the match. They're not just trying to hurt me. They're trying to win the match, hurt me, and leave me land, send some kind of statement to somebody about something. I just don't understand it.
And me taking you out, it means more money. So I don't care, because I'm sick and tired of worrying about everybody else. All I care about is number one.
Well, when I can't get up and play with my kids, it affects me an awful lot. When I miss a show because I'm too hurt to make the show, it affects me a lot. And it kind of goes beyond professional wrestling and starts bleeding over into your home life. Now my home life is suffering because this guy has issues with me that I don't even understand.
Once I have a mission, nothing will stop me from completing it. And now my crosshairs are on the Necro Butcher.
If I had to send one message to Prince Nana and Eric Stevens, it would be just this. Be careful what you wish for, boys, because you just might get it.
Hi, folks. Welcome to Ring of Honor on HDNet. Mike Hogwood here, along with Dave Prazak. Dave, we got breaking news. There is a new world champion. Tyler Black beat Austin Aries in New York.
And that was very surprising to me, Hog. I thought that Austin Aries was going to continue that second reign as world champion, but Tyler shocked the world and shocked me by becoming the world champion.
Well, tonight we've got a Pick 6 contender match as our main event. It should be something special. Kevin Steen and Delirious. But that's later on. Right now, let's get to our first match.
This tag team match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Team number one are being accompanied by Prince Nana and Mr. Ernesto Osiris at a combined weight of 456 pounds. They are representing the Embassy, the team of Eric Stevens and Joey Ryan.
Mr. Ernesto Osiris with the Ghana flag over his shoulders, along with Prince Nana, lead Joey Ryan and Eric Stevens to the ring. It's all about the money with the Embassy. That's what they're fighting for here in this tag team contest.
There's a big difference in fighting for money, fighting for your life.
At a combined weight of 491 pounds, the team of Eddie Kingston.
Oh, they're not wasting any time. Hit the ring.
Paul Turner needs to get control of what's going on. Action inside and outside the ring, Dave.
Yeah, it's all about the temper of Eddie Kingston and the Necro Butcher. They wanted to get their hands on the Embassy right off the bat. No time for handshakes, and there's brawling everywhere, Hog.
Tell you what, somebody jumped me from behind. I'd certainly want to get my hands on him, and I think Eddie Kingston has a right to have a bit of a temper here at the beginning of this match.
Now, initially, Eddie Kingston attacked in the locker room, and a playing card, the King of Diamonds, was left at his feet. He thought it was the Kings of Wrestling, Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli, that did the attack, but in actuality, it was Prince Nana's men, Joey Ryan and Eric Stevens, that unleashed that punishment.
I said it a moment ago, and I'll say it again. Paul Turner needs to get control of this match, although I will say, Eddie Kingston on the left of your screen there, getting the best of Joey Ryan. He slammed him into the barricades a couple of times and maybe doing it again right here. A chop to the back of the neck. Meanwhile, Prince Nana trying to get involved. He needs to stay right out of the way. And here comes the Necro Butcher into the ring and back out.
He rolled in to break the count. So this thing doesn't end prematurely.
Paul Turner got his count going right now.
Well, given the issue between these four men, it's not about fancy wrestling moves. It's not about going hold for hold.
Did you see the back going on the head, the Necro Butcher?
He's trying to suffocate the man. The referee now needs to step in. He's trying his best to pry that bag off of his head, and he's going after the referee now.
Well, you heard the Necro Butcher. This is for his family. When it's for your family, you do what you have to do, and that's what the Necro Butcher is doing. Oh, watch this. The spear trying to get it right into the crowd.
He launched Joey Ryan into the second row.
Here's what I love about the Necro Butcher. Nothing pretty about it. Not a lot of finesse, but a lot of brute strength.
Kingston and Eric Stevens still battling on the other side of the ringside area.
Did you see the Necro Butcher slam Joey Ryan's head right on that barricade?
Just continuing to dish out the punishment here. And now pulling up the protective floor mats and rolling him up in them.
Maybe suffocating him once again. Here comes the chair as well. All right, we need somebody else in the ring, and let's get this match going in a proper way.
Well, it looks like Kingston's trying to get inside the ring, but put a stop to that. Did Prince Nana.
Well, Kingston knocked right off of the ring, and Paul Turner still does not have control of this match.
I'd be very surprised if he can gain control of it at all. And Kingston could be hurt right there. He is down and not really moving. Looks like Joey Ryan's going to try to capitalize, bring him inside the ring, and maybe go for a cover.
Yeah, Eddie Kingston was out, and Necro trying to protect him.
Well, now the action
a knee
is
right to the back of Eddie Kingston. And now this match is going, but Kingston, as you might imagine, needs to tag out. Look at the Necro Butcher. Got his arm out. He knows his partner needs to tag right now in the worst way.
Stevens trying to hold on to Kingston to prevent that tag from being made.
Eddie Kingston with a couple of elbows trying to break the hold. He does, but fortunately gets to the ropes. And now here's the count. Eric Stevens has got to let go. He's got to break it.
He released it about 4.5.
You know, this new Eric Stevens, I do not like his tactics as he slams his head right into that top turnbuckle. Here comes Joey Ryan with a couple of shots, and as you can see, Eddie Kingston is a long way from the Necro Butcher.
Yeah, the Embassy trying to cut the ring in half, keep him as far away from his partner as possible, and focus on one man and beat down Eddie Kingston. And bringing sleazy to HD net, Joey Ryan.
How about Osiris down there as well, and Prince Nana. Obviously, these guys just doing it here for the money. But I think the heart of Eddie Kingston is going to rise up here.
He's trying to crawl toward the Necro Butcher, but Joey Ryan standing between Kingston and his partner. And now seated version of an abdominal stretch cinched in.
I have seen a lot of toughness out of Eddie Kingston over the last couple of months. He's going to need to be tough right here. Necro Butcher knowing and trying to encourage his partner. And you see his arm out. He desperately wants to get in the ring.
Kingston trying to break free. Able to toss down Ryan.
Yeah, but Eddie Kingston got hit in the midsection. He's hurt, and Eric Stevens gave him a shot. There's a kick to the head. I don't know how much of this Eddie Kingston can take.
Well, the Embassy, Joey Ryan and Eric Stevens, the best talent that money can buy. And Prince Nana and Mr. Ernesto Osiris very pleased at ringside.
Well, you just saw Necro Butcher knocked off. He's had enough. The Necro Butcher has seen enough. He's coming into the ring to try to help his partner, Paul Turner, trying to get him to go out. And meanwhile, Turner's back is turned. And watch that, the foot to the face. Turner's back was turned.
Well, right there.
What else should we expect from Stevens and Ryan?
Well, hey, that's where the Embassy is smart. They used Necro's own passion against him. They fired him up and unintentionally distracted the referee himself.
A slam to the mat and a cover. Only a count of two as Eddie Kingston desperately trying to stay in this match.
It's good wrestling strategy by the Embassy, though, keeping the ring cut in half like this. That's what tag team wrestling is all about.
Yeah, it's good strategy trying to do something with the referee's back turned. That's great strategy.
Well, the Necro Butcher was distracting the ref.
Or the Necro Butcher was trying to help his partner. And there we see Eddie Kingston coming to life. Couple of chops right to the chest. Oh, that knee hurt Eddie Kingston. You can hear that all the way up here.
He buried it right into his chest, and we see frequent tags from the Embassy, always keeping a fresh man inside the ring as they take turns, dishing out punishment to the last of a dying breed, Eddie Kingston.
Well, there's been a lot of kicks, slaps to his midsection. There was a knee to the face and a cover of two. You saw the Necro Butcher. He was ready to come into the ring and rescue Eddie Kingston.
He needs to wait for that tag to be made, though. He needs to stay on the apron until that happens. And Kingston back on his feet.
You saw them exchanging blows there. Eddie Kingston been in that ring a long time. How about that move? Kingston somehow lifted him up and slammed him down to the mat. And Joey Ryan has some pain in his back. Kingston needs to make the tag. Needs to get to the Necro Butcher. Look how anxious the Necro Butcher wants in the ring. He takes the tag, and here he comes. Watch out, folks.
Now he is all over both members of the Embassy.
Necro Butcher with some chops, with some fists against Eric Stevens and Joey Ryan. 1 against 2, and the Necro Butcher has the advantage against both of them.
He has spent a lot of time out on the apron thinking about what he could do if he could get inside that ring, and now he is demolishing.
Oh, I loved it. How about that? He threw Stevens into his partner, now throws both of them outside the ring. What a job by the Necro Butcher. You know what? He has tremendous passion for this match. Talked about his family and how important they are, and he wants some money for his family, and nothing's going to deter him here. They slam their heads together. How impressive has the Necro Butcher been in the ring here in the last couple of minutes?
Well, it's impressive, the damage being done, but what's Necro doing, Hard?
This match is absolutely crazy, and now Osiris with the chair. He has no business being in the ring. And the Necro Butcher, did you see Osiris run out of the ring? When the Necro Butcher has a chair, how many times have we seen him with a chair inflict serious damage on folks?
Yeah, but if he does it inside the ring right now, he's going to get disqualified. He better watch it.
The count is on. Stevens Orion being encouraged by Prince Nana to get in the ring.
Why would they get in the ring when the chair's in there, though? The referee needs to get that chair out of the ring. If they don't get in the ring,
they're going to lose. And are they afraid now of Eddie Kingston? They've seen it. They've seen him tested. The count is on.
If I were Prince Nana, I wouldn't allow them back inside the ring. It's the referee's job to get the chair out of the ring first.
Well, the embassy has one word now, and that is coward. They would not get back in the ring. There's the count out. It's over. A little bit of payback for Eddie Kingston and the Necro Butcher. Payback is sweet, but it's obvious. These guys want more. They want more of a piece of Stevens and Ryan. Now let's go backstage to Kyle Durden.
Kyle Durden here, standing alongside Kevin Steen, Steve Corino, and tonight you have Delirious at a Pick 6 challenge match. But before any of that, this whole thing with El Generico.
Kyle, let me give you a little pointer. For the rest of your bright career as a backstage interviewer, I would forget those two words when you're talking to me. Because you see, I don't want to hear about him ever again. Kyle, while I have you here, let me ask you a little question. Do you know what it feels like to look in the mirror and not like what you see? Actually, I'm sure you know what that feels like, but do you know what it feels like to feel sick all the time? Do you know what it feels like to feel like the thing you've dedicated your entire life to just isn't for you anymore? Because I know what that feels like. You see, at Final Battle, thankfully, I had a moment of clarity. Thanks to this man, Steve Corino. And now, with one of the greatest wrestlers that's ever been by my side, everything is clearer than ever. And now you seem to feel bad about what I did at Final Battle. But if you want to feel bad about what happens to a masked wrestler, now's the time to start feeling horrible about what's going to happen to Delirious. Because Kyle, I'm just getting started.
That was sick. Kevin Steen is disgusting.
But Hog, pain is coming. This match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Gary, Indiana, weighing 264 pounds, Skull Crusher, Rashid Brown.
He is the hottest free agent in Ring of
His
Honor.
opponent currently in the ring, from Staten Island, New York, weighing 190 pounds, Christian Marino.
And his opponent this evening, Christian Marino, has his hands full with one of the most intimidating men on the planet, not just in wrestling.
Every time I've seen Skull Crusher in the ring, he has been very, very impressive to me. And I know for a fact that he's impressive to a lot of folks in this company.
As you said, he's a free agent, Hog. A lot of people are trying to sign him to a exclusive contract, including that man right there, Shane Hagedorn. I mean, how can you not see big things in someone like Rashid Brown?
But here's my question, Dave. Does Rashid Brown even need Shane Hagedorn? As you see, the elbow right to the throat. Look at the strength here. Got him up. Hagedorn loves it. Rashid Brown, the burning hammer. Look at the face of Marino. He's out. 1, 2, 3. Slap the porpoise. That was quick.
Here is your
That was
winner,
impressive.
Skull Crusher, Rashid Brown.
Shane Hagedorn looks impressed. The Skull Crusher, again, making quick work of his competition tonight. And as impressive as he is by himself, imagine what he could do with the guidance of someone like Hagedorn or Prince Nana.
If you were with us last week, oh, what a main event we had.
This should be one hell of a main event contest.
Yeah, last time they got together, it was a great match. The Wolves won that, so I think that gives the Bucks a little bit more inspiration tonight. Wait,
But first,
what is this?
that's the Briscoes music.
Hold up just a damn minute. Hold up just a quick minute. Hey, will your boys say we up the ante a little bit? Whoever wins this match right here gets a title shot.
All right, Dave, a little bit more at stake here.
Able to get that head scissors on Richards.
And a kick that throws Richards outside the ring. Double knees to the face, you saw that. Now, here comes a tombstone pile driver. This might be it. 1, 2, and whoa.
Very close, but only 2. And oh, what a hard kick from Richards. How much more punishment can Matt Jackson take at the hands of the American Wolves?
Here comes Nick.
And the Bucks have the advantage right here. His brother Flies trying to come to his aid, but gets powerbombed.
Both of the Jacksons are in some trouble right now.
You're right, Hawk. This is exactly how they lost last time. Both teams giving it all they've got here.
More bang for your buck right here. Boy, just saved by his partner. Well, these deadly kicks here from Davey Richards. Here's the roll-up right here. 1, 2, 3, it's over! It is over! How about that? I thought they could do it. And now I believe the Young Bucks have won. They beat the American Wolves. You have to wonder, what is the future of the American Wolves? So it will be the Young Bucks and the Briscoes, two completely different styles for the World Tag Team title. Now there's another tag team that is demanding a shot at the world title. Let's find out who are the Kings of Wrestling.
Now you may be asking yourself why Claudio Castagnoli and Chris Hero are back together. You see, at one time, we were the most dominant tag team in all of professional wrestling. Then we had some differences. We went our separate ways. But you see, you've got very European Claudio Castagnoli, that young knockout kid Chris Hero, and we've both matured. We are stronger and better than ever. The Kings of Wrestling are back.
And we're back with a purpose, and that is the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship. And we will get what we want, because Kings reign supreme.
And still to come here tonight, our executive producer, Jim Cornette, has a very special announcement that you do not want to miss.
Folks, I've been getting a lot of emails about the changes that Ring of Honor's been making to be bigger and better in 2010. As a matter of fact, one gentleman named Jim writes, Mr. Cornette, can you answer my question? Why can't these old bleeps just get out of the way? Well, the answer is quite simple, because they don't produce true professional wrestling, but Ring of Honor does. The youngest, the most athletic talent roster anywhere in the industry. And Ring of Honor also is coming to bigger and better locations in 2010, making our live debut March 26th and March 27th in Phoenix, Arizona. Tremendous lineups both nights. And then Saturday night, April the 3rd, Ring of Honor debuts in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Grady Cole Center. It's going to be the Big Bang, a tremendous showcase event as pro wrestling explodes into the 21st century. But the TV audience is not going to be left out, because in just 3 weeks, Ring of Honor's television title tournament begins. It's going to be all the top Ring of Honor stars bracketed in a tournament to crown the first ever ROH TV champion. Folks, stick with Ring of Honor right here on HDNet. You haven't seen nothing yet. 2010, bigger and better than ever.
Wow, exciting things are happening. I am so excited to be a part of all of this. What a job Jim Cornette is doing as our executive producer.
Yeah, not only instituting the Pick Six, but now a television title tournament, always adding more excitement to Ring of Honor on HDNet.
This tag team match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Team number one at a combined weight of 321 pounds, Cheech and Cloudy, up in smoke.
Last time we saw Cheech and Cloudy, we talked about how hard they have been working outside the ring to get better. It showed. We'll see what they can do tonight.
That's all they're doing. Their opponents at a combined weight of 365 pounds, the team of Andy Right Leg Ridge and Sanjay Dutt.
Take a look at their opponent, Sanjay Dutt, a world-traveled wrestler, one of the best junior heavyweight athletes on the planet today. And at his side, Andy Right Leg Ridge, a product of the ROH Wrestling Academy.
But you have to remember, Dave, this is a tag team match, and I mean the word team.
ROH, HDNet, for the past few months, Sanjay Dutt's been the back here at Ring of Honor, and he's noticed one thing, that nobody in Ring of Honor has much swagger as me. Ain't that right? I'm glad that everybody agrees that I'm swag-tastic. Hold on, I got something to say. Back to my point. I wanted to prove how much swag I got by taking anybody in that locker room to the top. And tonight, I picked you, Right Leg. Right Leg, Andy Ridge, you're gonna show the world how much swagger you got tonight. There you go, there you go. Oh, wow. Hey, G'd up from the feet up. Hey, ring the bell, let's show them how much swagger we got.
Hey, Hog, how much swagger you got?
More than Sanjay Dutt, who really has got this crowd mad. I'll just use that word, mad.
Well, as you said before Sanjay grabbed the microphone, Hog, this is tag team wrestling. And in this particular matchup, it is Up in Smoke, Cheech and Cloudy that have the decided advantage because they have been a tag team for so long. This is the first time that Sanjay and Right Leg are a unit in a matchup.
And that was my point exactly. Sanjay saying he's going to take Right Leg to the top. Well, there's only one wrestler in the ring at a time.
Oh, Sanjay does have that experience under his belt to maybe mold someone like Right Leg Ridge and turn him into a great tag team partner for Sanjay Dutt. But they do have their hands full with, as you said, a team that has been developing every step of the way over the past several months, Cheech and Cloudy.
Nice shot there, I'll admit, by Sanjay Dutt. But you have to say, at the beginning of this match, this is not the same Cloudy that we've seen in the ring. Look at him get the leg up. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Here comes Cheech. This is the teamwork that we've come now to expect from these two guys. This is what they've been working on.
The last time we saw them on HDNet, they gave a hell of a fight to the Briscoes, and right now they have the advantage.
How about Cheech up off the rope? And you know what? You talk about swagger. I think Cheech and Cloudy got a little bit of swagger going here. I think Sanjay Dutt is shocked.
Well, right now it's...
that's a good move by Sanjay, and it hurt Cheech right into that turnbuckle.
Cheech is the one that's shocked right about now when he collided with that turnbuckle.
Well, Sanjay realizes he can't just stand in the ring and win as he puts a bunch of shots right to the chest. He's actually got to go to work.
That's what he's going to do right now. Sends him hard into that buckle.
If that is swagger, I don't want any part of it. Puts his body right into Cheech. Now Cheech needs to tag with his partner.
But it's very difficult to do so when Sanjay Dutt is controlling his head and makes the tag. In comes Andy Ridge.
And there went that right leg.
Well, let's see what Andy Ridge brings to the table as Sanjay Dutt's tag team partner. He saw some
another right leg there to the back, and that brings a cover and a count of 2 from Todd Sinclair. Tag made again. Here comes Sanjay. Sanjay with a shot. Well, right now I've got to admit that right leg and Sanjay don't look bad as a tag team.
Well, they are working well thus far.
Sanjay the cover and a count of 2.
All the credit has to go to Sanjay for leading this team, though, as the veteran hog.
And here comes another tag to right leg, and this is what is a tag team. You want to do those constant tags. You're constantly fresh. And watch this. Put him up on the ropes. What do we got going here? Right leg with some shots to the head. And Cheech retaliates, knocks him off. A little acrobatic move and a kick. And Sanjay, Cheech never saw that coming. He never saw it.
That's the veteran. He turned his back on Sanjay Dutt standing on the apron. Yeah, it was a nice little cartwheel on the ropes, but he still paid the price in the end.
Oh, how about Cheech diving down to the mat, avoiding the move, and right leg and Sanjay run into each other. The tag is made. Here comes Cloudy. Cloudy throws right leg out of the ring. He goes into the barricade. And Cloudy almost got the 3 counts.
It was just that bit of miscommunication that sent Sanjay and right leg into one another that have turned the tide of this matchup. Well, it did for a moment, but now Sanjay with the advantage again.
Sanjay flying off the ropes with that leg.
But in comes right leg. Dishing out the punishment himself.
That right leg has been impressive.
And some teamwork coming up. Oh, more miscommunication.
And again, Cloudy, Cheech and Cloudy have shown me great ability to avoid the opposition just like that.
The tag's made.
And off the ropes.
Some great teamwork from Cheech and Cloudy right there. And they're not done.
Now watch this. Up on his shoulders. Flips over and down. Right leg's in trouble big time. It's over. How about Cheech and Cloudy?
Here are your winners, Up in Smoke.
Up in Smoke with their hands raised. Look at this double team maneuver off the shoulders of Cheech. And they get the 1, 2, 3.
How obvious is it that these guys have been working so hard? It is their first win here on HDNet. Up in Smoke, Cheech and Cloudy, and look at that, the fans here love it.
Part of the red hot tag team division here in Ring of Honor. And if I were Sanjay Dutt, I wouldn't be too pleased with the performance of right leg.
Hey, it's okay, right leg. You know what? Tonight you proved to everybody on HDNet and ROH that you have absolutely no swagger.
Oh my goodness, that's disgusting.
Well, right leg was the one that lost the match for his team.
Now got him in the camel clutch.
And now he's being taught a lesson at the hands of the original player from the Himalayas.
How about that turn on your teammate? Yeah, he's gonna take right leg to the top, all right.
He saw some potential in the kid. It didn't pan out. Sanjay's better off on his own anyway.
And what confidence this is going to give to Cheech and Cloudy. A great tag team division has just seen one more team emerge on the scene. And of course, next week, it'll be the Briscoes and the Young Bucks for the ROH World Tag Team Championship. Let's hear right now from the Briscoe brothers.
You look at it, 6-time tag team champions. I don't think it's any questions. I mean, nobody else even close to 6. We're definitely the greatest tag team in Ring of Honor history. Young Bucks, I mean, they got us in New York. I give it to them. They got us in New York. It was, you know, they got a lot of fight in them. A lot of fire. Them boys are young and them boys are hungry. But we're the champions. We got the swagger back. Belts on the line. It's a whole different story, baby. Yes, sir. Coming in guns blazing.
Boy, it's going to be an exciting match next week for the World Tag Team Championship.
This is your main event. It is scheduled for one fall with television time remaining and is a Pick 6 Contender Series match. Approaching the ring from Maryville, Quebec, Canada, weighing 238 pounds, Kevin Steen.
What a bully this guy is, David. The only thing that ever comes to my mind now when I see him is how badly he treated his partner for so long, El Generico in New York.
I don't think he wants to hear that name anymore. He made a very good point.
I know he said
tonight.
that, but I guarantee you every ROH fan, that's what they're thinking about when they see Kevin Steen.
His opponent being accompanied by Daisy Hayes from the Itch of Sanity, weighing 189 pounds, Delirious.
Yeah, Delirious may be from the Edge of Sanity, but Daisy Hayes keeps him grounded and focused, and that's why he's having so much success.
You can see her firing him up on the entrance ramp before he charged toward the ring. He's ready to go in this Pick 6 Contender Series match. And just to refresh your memory about the Pick 6 or familiarize those of you who are new to our ROH series here on HDNet, there's a ranking system to determine just who is in line for a shot at the ROH World Championship. The top 6 men that have a claim for a future title shot determined by these matches. Get a $2,500 match bonus if you win a Pick 6 matchup. And if you are facing someone who is currently ranked, you get their spot in that top 6 rankings. So it's all about not only money, but title contention.
While some of you may not understand what Delirious says, I'll tell you one thing he understands, and that's money. You could see that look on his face.
Oh, going for the package pile driver right off the bat.
But not able to get it. Delirious knew that was coming. One thing about Delirious, I think you underestimate his intelligence. And he certainly knows every move Kevin Steen has, and he's ready for it. Although Steen got a pretty good chop in there. Speaking of chops, did you hear that? Wow.
Well, both of these men can hit very hard. Kevin Steen is very prepared for this matchup. That's why he's got Steve Corino guiding his career right now. Guiding him in life, really.
I'm not so sure how smart that is. As Delirious now with some elbows right to the face.
Well, going for the sharpshooter right here. If Steen can turn him over. Again, very early to go for a move like that before softening up Delirious a little bit more.
What impresses me about Delirious is when Steen puts those moves, like you saw the sharpshooter, Delirious knows exactly how to get out of it.
Now out to the floor, trying to set the pace of this match himself.
What is Steen doing? The action should be in the ring. Is he trying to intimidate people in the crowd?
Maybe just a little bit.
Well, I don't think it's working. Look at that guy right in front of him. He has a few words to say back to him.
He's also making Delirious wait. to get this match restarted here. Giving Steen a little bit of time to collect his thoughts.
Is Steen afraid to get in the ring against Delirious?
No, he's just
Then why is he not in the ring? What is he doing?
He's dictating the pace. He's thinking about his next move. He's got 20 seconds on the floor. And he just broke the count. 20 more seconds now.
Well, that doesn't show me somebody with any guts to get in the ring where you put your leg in the ring and then get back out. Or then you tear up somebody's program that they paid good money for. That was really big of him. I think he is afraid of Delirious. Look at that.
Absolutely not. He's just waiting for the referee to back the man up.
And Delirious slides outside the ring. He wanted to go after him. You saw Delirious put his hands up like, are you scared of me? Let's see if Daisy Hayes gets involved in this.
If she were smart, she won't.
Bullies always lead a life of fear, and we're seeing it right here. As Steen, look at this, Delirious trying to go after him, now gets a shot into him. Is that what Steen was afraid of right there?
Headbutt from Delirious. Oh, he's going to use that apron to do some damage. No, Delirious landing on his feet.
I told you before. Delirious knows every move Steen wants to make. It slams him there into the barricade. Tried to go for that package pile driver a moment ago, and it wasn't going to happen. Delirious knew it was coming. He's got a fan's hat. Put it over his eyes and gave him a shot. And now gets Kevin Steen back in the ring. And let's see if Delirious can finish this off here in a hurry.
He's going to take a chance going all the way to the top rope. But there's Kevin Steen.
Well, I also believe just as much as Delirious knows what Steen is going to do, Steen knows Delirious, and that's what makes this match really interesting. Going to work on his arm. Oh, my goodness.
Had it wrapped right around the ring post.
Needs to learn to stay away from Kevin Steen, baby.
He can do a lot of damage, that's for sure. And picking apart the arm of Delirious right now.
Again into that post, and did you see him? He's even bullying our cameraman.
Into the ring post, shoulder first. He's picking apart both the arm and the shoulder of the Masked Man.
No doubt about it, Delirious is hurt now after several shots into that ring post, and now going head first into the barricade. That arm and shoulder, has to be some damage there. You know what? Why is Kevin Steen playing so much to the crowd? Why not take care of business and give us a match in the ring?
Well, he's done a lot of damage. And Delirious rolling back inside the ring himself. Steen's going to follow and try to capitalize on this.
Look at Delirious with his good arm. That left arm has been damaged, but with that good arm, still able to get some shots in.
And you know that Kevin Steen has a game plan. You know that he talked strategy with Steve Corino before this matchup, and he's just carrying out Steve Corino's instructions during the course of this one.
Yeah, but part of that game plan hasn't worked because of the intelligence of Delirious.
Well, part of it has worked, and that is focusing on the arm and doing maximum damage.
But Delirious with the good arm again goes at him. And with his head, using his head right into his gut.
Steen putting on the brakes, has his arm wrapped around the top rope to prevent the Irish whip, and plus Delirious only has that one good arm.
That flying kick to the head put him down on the mat. And again using the head right on that arm. But only a count of two as you saw Delirious getting that shoulder up.
He used the barricade, now he's using the headbutt to the arm as well. Smart wrestling from
here,
Steen.
Dave, is where Daisy Hayes comes into play. Delirious down a little bit, but you saw Daisy Hayes encouraging him, getting him to regain his focus and his strength, and that's what happens. Oh my God, that is just sick, just sick.
immediately following the Canadian leg sweep. Kevin Steen on his feet, and Delirious in a world of pain right now. Needs to find something in his bag of tricks to mount some offense here if he hopes to collect $2,500 and have that spot in the pick six.
He has a bag of tricks. It's called a head and a right arm. And again, boy, that left arm is really hurting him.
Again, trying to fire back with his good arm, but too much size.
Caught up in the air.
He just caught him.
Now what have we got?
Shoulder breaker. More damage to that body part.
I'll admit, with Steen, who is powerful and is able to get his opponents up in the air, he has so many moves to try to do damage and then get the pin.
And as physically dangerous as Steen has always been in professional wrestling, he's even more dangerous now with the influence of a mind like Steve Corino.
I've seen Delirious get out of these situations before. Don't count him out. Just what Delirious needed. Pulled Steen's feet right out from under him.
Steen back in control, though.
If he gets him up in the air, this is going to be trouble again for Delirious. Delirious trying to fight it. Doing a pretty good job of it. Hey, Delirious taking the advantage. Hurting Steen's back. Steen not able to get him up in the air. That might be the key move in this match.
Such an important matchup. Pick six ranking and $2,500 on the line in this one. Both men want the victory so badly, and back to work goes Steen on the injured arm. Delirious firing back himself.
Here comes Steen. Look at Delirious. Dive down, and Steen literally fell outside the ring. That was not planned. As you talk about a plan, plan's starting to go awry here. Now watch him fly the somersault and right into Steen on that hard mat.
Delirious taking a huge risk, and it pays off, wiping him out on the floor.
Look at the crowd here. They love it.
Bringing him back inside and looking to follow up after the damage done on the floor.
The crowd and Daisy Hayes have re-energized Delirious, and here he comes off the top rope. Not able to hit it there, but got a foot right in his gut. Delirious, despite the arm, got the cover, and almost a count of three.
Only two following that DDT. Kevin Steen now is dazed. He needs to get back to his feet. Delirious has the momentum on his side. Could be looking for that Cobra stretch.
And I think Delirious is going for it right here.
Steen breaks free.
That arm just too weak to hold it. But the arm not too weak to get a shot in, as both of these wrestlers are trading blows right now. This match has really evened up. Delirious smarts, his athletic ability, have now hurt Steen. He got the cover, 1, 2.
He's able to nail that leaping lariat on Kevin Steen.
Daisy Hayes, you saw, wanted the 3 count.
Took too much time and allowed Kevin Steen to fire away first.
Got him up in the air.
Powerbomb only 2 and stepping through now.
Got the sharpshooter. He wants Delirious to submit, to tap out, but Delirious says no.
He's trying to hang in there, trying to crawl to the ropes.
And he got there. He got there. Steen is going to have to break that hold. He does.
You know, Hog, with all the damage Steen has done to the arm of Delirious, perhaps an arm-based submission could earn him the victory here.
Might be a flaw in his game plan.
Oh, he's looking to finish the job. Maybe the package pile driver.
If he gets him up, he could execute it, but that is a big if.
Trying to cinch it in.
Got him up, and look at Delirious. Not allowing Steen to get that package pile driver on him.
Divorce courts the arm.
Boy, that arm is in some pain. No doubt about it.
And for a big guy we've seen in the past, Kevin Steen can fly.
High risk here, maybe high reward. We'll see. Steen, a lot of power. And he flies. Look at Delirious. Got his knee up for the block.
Right into the back of Kevin Steen.
That is experience on the part of Delirious. And I've said before, he knows what's coming from Kevin Steen. He knows how to counteract it. And now Delirious taking the advantage. Got the cover. And what's this?
Steve Corino making his way to ringside. He has a vested interest in the career of Kevin Steen.
I know he's been his mentor, but I'm not sure what he can do. And Delirious having a few words with him. Oh my! Kevin Steen, while Paul Turner's back was turned, kicked him, and that's pretty close to a low blow. Now off his knee. Now that's what Kevin Steen's resorting to. The Delirious staying alive.
I don't think Corino can believe it. He thought he had him right there.
Kevin Steen, when Turner's back was turned, gave him what essentially was a low blow. Now Delirious showing his quickness.
Nails that panic attack.
Will we see shadows over hell right here? Delirious sets up for it. He flies.
Oh, right to the arm. Excellent maneuver by Kevin Steen.
And Steen has worked that arm the whole time. The tap out by Delirious. He'd just taken too much damage on that left arm.
Kevin Steen!
I don't know what Steve Corino had to do with it, but he's in the ring.
Well, the advice, as Delirious took that chance, soaring off the top for Shadows Over Hell, Steen caught him out of midair into the crossface. That was the game plan. Focus on the arm, bait him into that trap where he would fly off the ropes and go after the arm submission. Kevin Steen brought to victory and give the assist to Mr. Wrestling number 3, Steve Corino.
$2,500 in the pick 6 does go to Kevin Steen. Now coming up next week, we'll take a look at the new ROH World Champion, Tyler Black, and his big win in New York City.